What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are playing the Witcher adventure game, and as you can see, we'll be playing the virtual edition of the game made by CD Projekt Red. There was a physical edition made by Fantasy Flight Games. Both were released in November of 2014. This would be the first time playing a virtual board game like this, so I'm interested to see if I like it or if I prefer to play it physically. I will say, though, that one thing I do like about these virtual games is that it definitely helps me learn quicker. By guiding me through the turns, highlighting what you can do, and letting you know when your turn is up is something that really helps me get a better understanding of the gameplay. So, getting into it, this game has a pretty good tutorial section. The thing I liked the most about it was it not only goes over the rules and gameplay, but it also shows you how these items are utilized. Considering I tend to get lost in all the rules and functions while reading the game book, which leads me to just look at all the artwork and then put it away and not think about the game for the next 5 years. This will hopefully give me a better understanding of how to play the game in its intended way. Although one thing I did notice is that it didn't go through every symbol on the game card, so I wasn't too sure of the full capabilities of the cards while I was playing. Alright, so yeah, that's basically the tutorial of how to play the game. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the gameplay, there's two modes you can choose, either online or offline. So right off the bat, you might be thinking, hey, if I'm going to play with someone who isn't in the same house as me, I'm going to choose to play online, create a game, and then have them join. Easy, right? Well, you'd be wrong. You actually need to choose to play offline, then invite the person through Steam's remote play system, then your friend can see your screen and play alongside you. Nice and easy. For character selection, you can play as one of four people: Geralt, Dandelion, Triss, or Yarpen. I kind of wish there were more playable characters, but the game is only a 4-player, so I get it. Adding more may have made the gameplay a little bit long. Another thing I liked, if I were to play this game again, the virtual edition gives you the choice to have the computer play against you. So if you don't have any friends who want to play or you don't have anybody else to play with, this gives you the option to play it solo and enjoy the game whenever you feel like it. I'd say that right there, that gives the virtual edition a huge advantage over the physical one. Now, to start the game, you are prompted to select between two main quests. But as a word of caution, you cannot go back during gameplay and switch between these, so choose wisely. Now, below each quest, you have what are called side quests. These are optional and can be played if you'd like to explore the world and prolong the gameplay, or if you find yourself behind as the game is coming to a close. These side quests, once completed, allow you to earn additional, what the game calls, victory points. And at the end of the game, the winner is the person with the most victory points. Alright, so here we go. So... Brocculon?
I was going to say Brokillon.
Brokillon?
Brokillon.
Okay.
Brokillon.
Yeah, you got to say it with
yeah.
a French accent. Yes, okay. Brokillon. So now what we want to do is, I'm assuming we want to investigate. I'm going to click one of these cards. Journey to Karamoran. You receive an urgent letter from Vesemir. He has important information meant for your ears alone. Task, go to Karamoran. So now what we want to do... So my quest is take the doors and defend and pursue. Okay, so I gotta get to... Where the heck is... Okay, so I gotta get down here. I'm gonna travel to here. Choose lead card. What do I need? Oh, I can't. I need a red. Resolve obstacles to end your turn. Okay, I got a wolf. Before rolling, advance the war track. Alright, now we're going to get into the fighting of this game. It is a dice-based fighting system where you roll for attack and defense. There are both success and fail conditions to watch out for. As I'm fighting this wolf, I need 2 swords and 1 shield to successfully beat him. I, of course, only roll 1 sword and 1 shield, so I won my defense, but I lost my attack. Up at the top of the screen, it tells me that there are no more possibilities, and now because I failed on my attack, I received 1 Foul Fate token, which I now have to place on one of my 6 regions on my character sheet, making me unable to use them until I resolve a Foul Fate card. Awesome. And moving on to my next turn, I choose a red investigation card, which allows me to exchange some what I believe is money for red investigation tokens, allowing me to obtain the 2 swords I need to complete my main quest. Now my goal was to get from where I'm at to Brokilon, Brokillion, however you pronounce it. I personally like Brokillion. So I decide to head to Tretogor, and as I resolve my turn, I decide to pick the hidden card and reveal a phantom, which gives me 1 more Foul Fate token to start. Then I fail to kill it. I'm pretty much what you'd call an expert at this game if you couldn't already tell. On my 3rd turn, I decide to travel to Oxenfurt to get closer to Brokillion. Once there, I again choose a red investigation card, I know, original, which allows me to obtain 1 red investigation token for each sword dice that I get when I roll. Now when my turn resolves, it faces me up against something my own speed. A plant. Specifically, an Echinops. Surely I can beat a plant. How hard can that be? Well, I attacked it, and I still got hurt. I am the greatest Witcher alive. You should be jealous. On my 4th turn, I travel to Brokillion, but because I used fast travel, which allows me to take 2 travel turns, I ended up having to draw a Foul Fate card, which ends up being Despair, and removes 2 victory points from my character. The wolves, phantoms, and plants all beat me up, and now the game is threatening my chances of winning. This is truly turning into a villain origin story. Now that I arrive in Brokillion, I have completed my main quest, and must now defend this unknown dwarf from his pursuers. With all the luck I'm having in this game, how do you think it turned out? You guessed it. I succeeded with the attack, but failed to defend myself. Receiving 2 wound points, I make it out of the fight alive, but barely. The way the endgame works, once a player completes their main quest, the other player or players have 1 final try to complete their main quest and hopefully obtain enough victory points to take first place. And well, would you look at that? Even though the game showed no mercy with me, I was still able to come out victorious. What a game! So, what are my overall thoughts of the game? Before I talk about them, let me be honest by saying this isn't my type of game. I'm sure there's people out there that love these type of games, and more power to them. I'm glad I tried it, because if it wasn't picked while doing this challenge, I probably wouldn't have. With that being said, unfortunately, I didn't find this game to be that good for what it was, in my opinion. I just wish it was a little bit more. Take the fighting system, for example. I don't have an issue with the dice mechanic, but maybe instead of just rolling the dice and being done with it, maybe have a cutscene showing your character fighting, whatever it is you're fighting. I wanted to watch Geralt try to hack at a plant, slip in some mud, and go face first into the plant's thorns, and come out with a cut on his face, or something like that. Maybe that's too much to ask for, I don't know. I just think that they had a virtual game and they could have done so much more than making it just a copy of the physical board game with no real thrills. As for the replayability, for me, there really wasn't anything to come back to. Sure, I could have tried other characters to get a better understanding of the quests and storylines, but in the end, it just didn't grab my attention enough to want to delve deeper into it. So what's my rating? I ended up giving this game a 5 out of 10. I like the concept of the game, I just wish they had developed it a little bit more. Like I said, include cutscenes with fighting, or even some back and forth dialogue with the characters would have been nice to see. That wraps up this episode of Clearing the Backlog. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit more about this game. Have you played it? Did you like it? Leave a comment and let me know what aspect you enjoyed the most, or what you felt they could have done to improve it. If you haven't played it and want to, I did include a link in the description where you can pick it up for yourself and give it a try. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a like. And if you're really feeling it, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you want to catch me live, I do stream on Twitch Monday through Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. A link to my channel is in the description below. And as always, peace and love. Yesterday I had about 1,900 on there. I now only have 1,867. The reason for that is I did take off the Nintendo 3DS, I took off the Nintendo DS, and I took off the PSP. So I'm down to 1,867. So we'll see what the next game is. The next game is, oh god, another Simpsons game. It's Do you remember Krusty's Fun House?